sorry. I apologize for that.
I'm Darryl Perry. I'm one of the co-chairs of the New Hampshire Liberty Party. And I'm going to give a slightly different testimony and hopefully answer some of the questions that have been asked previously and have not been answered. The question was asked about the conflict between state and federal government. Well, in 1798, Thomas Jefferson put forth the idea of nullification. And he wrote, if the federal government has the exclusive right to judge the extent of its own powers, it will continue to grow. Tom Woods expounds and says, regardless of elections, the separation of powers, and other much touted limits on government power, it continues to grow. Over the years, nullification was used to nullify unconstitutional federal laws. Most notably, the government of Wisconsin nullified the Fugitive Slave Act and refused to assist slave owners in regaining custody of their runaway slaves who took up refuge in the state. More recently, states have used nullification to push back against the drug war, mandatory health insurance, and indefinite detention that was authorized in the 2012 NDAA. Someone asked earlier for a comparison of a substance that is illegal at the federal level, yet legal at a state level. I have an answer, but please allow me to tell a brief story of a 2011 raid in Southern California in which several agencies, including the FBI, raided a legal business and, according to a witness, quote, raped and pillaged. What offensive product triggered this raid? The destruction of a business and the arrest of the owner? Raw milk. Raw milk is legal in New Hampshire despite federal prohibition on interstate commerce of the substance. I urge the committee and the general court to place cannabis on the same level. And on a final note, someone asked the question of how do you report illegal income on a Form 1040? Well, if you read the instructions for line 21 of the Form 1040, it says to include income from illegal activity. I will answer any questions. Yes.
Yes, you spoke about the notion, the idea of nullification.
Yes.
Do you think that was the basis that the southern states used when there was an attempt to impose the manumission of human beings held in bondage? Do you think states have the right to reject it?
Actually, nullification was never used to support the idea of slavery. It was, however, used to oppose the Fugitive Slave Act.
Representative Valancourt.
If we start getting into the history of nullification, I think you're referring to the Kentucky resolutions of Jefferson.
Yeah.
Nullification in the South was basically used in the 1830s by South Carolina to oppose tariffs. But I don't think we want to get into that because that's more than we can get into here, although it might become important. So the question is there anything we can learn from what Colorado and Washington have done? If in fact they have these illegal substances, Colorado's trying to tax them. What's happening there?
I believe that Colorado and Washington are definitely on the forefront of full nullification of the drug war. And I hope that New Hampshire can join in sooner rather than later.
Thank you very much, sir. Representative Weed.